to my kitchen. Crystal, pay close attention today. We are going to be making what I fondly refer to as a triple chocolate protein brownie. You heard me correctly. Now, I've been making this brownie for a few months now, and I love it. It has the absolute wonderful taste, tastes just like a brownie. But I have been working the last couple of months to get the texture of it to be closer to a brownie. So I think I've gotten as close as I probably can to the texture of a brownie instead of meringue, which is what this recipe is based off of. So don't worry, have no fear, it doesn't taste like meringue at all. But it's a little bit more involved than any of the other recipes we've made thus far, although it is still very simple in the grand scheme of things. So let's talk about our ingredients today. So we have, as always, our Bob Evans egg whites. Again, I'm very, very fond, if I'm gonna do egg whites, of Bob Evans egg whites. Otherwise, I just use a regular egg and I separate the yolk. Because as we've discussed before, all that's in this container is egg whites. There's no other shit in it, it's just egg whites. So Bob Evans egg whites. I also use cornstarch. Now for this recipe, you can use cream of tartar as well. I need to go out and buy some because I'm kind of making cream of tartar with some of the ingredients here, because it does also call for lemon juice, which I've gotten from a lemon right here. And really basically that's just almost kind of like cream of tartar anyhow. So cornstarch, lemon juice. I use a tiny bit of baking powder. I use my baking cocoa, of course. This recipe, I'm actually not using the liquid monk fruit drops. I'm actually using the monk fruit allulose sweetener together. I'm using it this way. So it's the classic, but still the Licanto brand, however you say that. We're using this today. And then the rest of my Premier Protein chocolate protein powder. Now you can use whatever protein powder you want. This is the one that I've been using for this recipe. We did get new protein powder, which is the Animal brand. We have their vanilla and their strawberry as well. I don't know how those protein powders are going to turn out in this recipe. I've only ever used this one, so when I do get to using the rest of this one and I do move on to the Animal, I might need to alter the recipe a little bit, but this is the one that I use for now. And then a little bit of avocado oil spray, and this is just to make sure that it just doesn't get stuck to my silicone baking dish, which sounds crazy. It shouldn't, it's silicone, but listen, it has before. Like, we're just not going to test the gods. We're just going to put some avocado oil on our silicone dish, right? Oh, and also a little bit of salt. And then I have these chocolate chips. So it is Enjoy Life, the Enjoy Life kind. There's another brand out there that's sweetened with stevia that I very much prefer, but they're kind of hard to get. I do not use the Lily's brand because Lily's brand has erythritol in it. So just be super careful when you're getting chocolate chips. I would rather have something with regular sugar in it than erythritol. This one's just unsweetened chocolate, cane sugar, and cocoa butter. There's like 3 ingredients in it. So that's why I picked these. So, and there's very little in it. It's not that big a deal. There's another brand out there that has palm sugar, I think. I've used that before too. As y'all know, I prefer monk fruit or stevia. I'll also do allulose, obviously, but just be very careful when you go to get your chocolate chips. As I said before, do not get anything with erythritol in it. It is very, very bad for you. So if you really have to go with the regular sugar, then this one's a good one to get. So this is the brand that I get. So that's that. And then a little bit of vanilla. I'm running low. I'm gonna have to make some more, right? Well, again, this was, I think I said in a previous video, this was made for me by a relative, so I'm gonna have to knock on their door and have them give me some more vanilla. Or I just had a birthday. I don't know, I didn't get any more vanilla from a birthday. Wink, wink, like, or learn how to make it myself, which I can totally do. So then that's all the ingredients. I know it sounds like a lot in this one. and a little bit of salt. I don't know if I said that or not, but that's all it takes with this one. Equipment wise, we need our handy dandy hand mixer. If you want to use, I've already got it plugged in, but if you want to use your stand mixer, you're more than welcome to. Again, I'm not a fan of using the stand mixer in this instance, just simply because I feel like I have more control using the hand mixer instead, and it only takes a couple minutes, so it's not that big a deal. A bowl, mixing bowl for your dish. You need a teaspoon measuring spoon and a tablespoon measuring spoon. You need a 1/4 measuring cup, a 2 tablespoon measuring spoon, or alternatively, if you don't have a 2 tablespoon one, just get a regular tablespoon one. Like this, oops, mine are magnetic, like this one right here, and then just do it twice. I'm just fortunate, my husband is very good to me and never tells me no, so I have like a ton of different measuring spoons, measuring cups, stuff like that, and I just so happen to be lucky enough to have a 2 tablespoon measuring spoon. And then you also need a spatula. So this one is a silicone one that I use all the time. And then you also need your baking dish. Now I use a silicone one, as I said before, so this looks like the one that y'all are very familiar with me using. I used it, I think, in, maybe I didn't, I'm just so used to using the other one. But anyway, I have a set of these, Amazon, I have 3 of them, but this is just a silicone, probably what, 9 by 9, 8 by 8, I think is the size of it. It's not very thick, maybe like, I don't know, like in 2 inches deep maybe, I don't know, take a look for yourself. And then of course my cookie sheet with my aluminum foil on it, and because I'm challenged and I can't do it on camera, I've already put my foil on my cookie sheet. So that is all of our equipment and our ingredients, so let's get started. And of course, I almost forgot, for our dry ingredients, we do need another mixing bowl and whisk. Sorry. Okay, so let's get started. We're going to pour 1.5 cups of egg whites into a bowl. Now, make sure these egg whites are room temperature. We want them to get all nice and fluffy. We're going to use our hand mixer, and we are going to just whip them until they're foamy. So let's do that right quick. Okay, notice they're starting to get foamy. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add two teaspoons of cornstarch and 1 teaspoon of lemon juice. And then I'm gonna start whipping it again. And also, don't forget your vanilla. I actually almost forgot to put the vanilla in. So before it gets too pulled together, I'm gonna put in a teaspoon of vanilla. I'm actually measuring it this time, but you don't have to. But just remember, it adjusts your macros if you don't. Okay, so that took about, gosh, I don't really know, like 4 or 5 minutes. I don't think I was really looking at the clock, but you want your egg whites to be nice and stiff, like super stiff. These are like crazy stiff, right? They're also very glossy, and that's kind of what we're looking for. So we want glossy, firm egg whites. Mine move around because I got a metal bowl, but they are just beautiful, beautiful egg whites. All right, so So now I'm gonna set that aside. Really, you can do that second and this other part first, but we're gonna put our dry ingredients together right quick. So I'm gonna grab my bowl and I'm going to grab my dry ingredients. So, lid on this. All right, so first things first, we're gonna grab a scoop of protein powder. Now, I think this scooper in here looks to be about 1/4 of a cup of protein powder. So I'm gonna just put a scoop in there. Probably not the best protein powder in the world, but it's very tasty, I think, anyways. All right, so next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add 1/4 of a cup of cocoa powder. And again, make sure you're getting real good ingredients. So I'm going to do 1/4 of a cup of cocoa powder. Oops. All right. And I did this backwards because I also need 1/4 cup of my sweetener. So I'm just gonna grab a new 1/4 cup out here. So we're gonna use 1/4 cup. Now you can make this sweeter if you want to. It's not gonna hurt nothing if you do. But I'm just gonna use 1/4 of a cup. This is just for me anyways. Joe doesn't eat this, so I'm not a fan of super crazy sweet stuff, so I just do 1/4 of a cup, but you most certainly can add more if you would like. The Lakanto sweetener is 0 calories. It says 8 carbohydrates, but just keep in mind this is monk fruit and allulose, which do not impact your blood sugar, so you typically would not include carbohydrates from this kind of sweetener because it doesn't have a glucose impact. So it's almost free just to add whatever you want, but just keep in mind, you know, it could impact the recipe a little bit as far as the way that it comes out. All right, so then we're gonna do a teaspoon of baking powder. So, teaspoon of baking powder. There's that. And that is it. So we've just got our dry ingredients in here. We're just gonna mix them together with our little whisk here. I'm a big fan of brownies. That's why I have been trying to get this recipe right for so long. I've got a bunch of different ways to make these brownies, but this is the closest one to an actual brownie texture that I have found. So again, as we're going along, you can adjust it if you feel the need, if you want it to be a little sweeter, if you want it to be a little bit more tart. I don't recommend that because even I don't like sweet stuff and it's just perfect for me. But also, as I always say, keep in mind, if you start adjusting the recipe, the ingredients rather, you're going to adjust the macros. All right, so this is the hardest part, this part right here. So what we're gonna do, I'm just gonna scrape down the sides of my bowl a little bit with my meringue in it, and then we're just gonna pour this on top, the dry ingredients on top of our meringue. I know, don't freak out, it's okay. I know people are probably cringing right now. It's totally fine, trust me, it's good. Now, Crystal, listen, we're not gonna Schitt's Creek this. We're gonna fold these dry ingredients into the meringue, but I'm gonna show you how to fold, right? So when I say fold the ingredients in, I literally mean you're gonna fold it in. Be gentle, so scoop on the side and then just kind of fold it on the top. Try not to beat the side of the thing, you're gonna mess up the meringue. Don't do what I'm doing, but just keep folding. This is how you mix it. You just wanna be as gentle as you can. Don't push down super hard, just scoop it and fold it. Scoop it and fold it. Just keep doing this until your mixture is put together. So scoop and fold. It's gonna take you a hot minute to do it. It's not a quick process, Just calm down, it's all right. You're doing fine. Just scoop and fold. You're gonna thank me later, I promise you will. Scoop and fold. Just gonna fold those dry ingredients into our meringue until it's all nice and mixed together. Okay, so we've mixed it. This is pretty much what it should look like. Don't over mix it. Don't sit here and mix it too much, because it'll destroy the meringue part of it, and that's where we're getting our volume from. That's what we want. So grab your baking dish. Now I have lightly sprayed mine with avocado oil, just simply because, as I said, mine, even though it is silicone, does not like me and it sticks. So what we're going to do from here is we're just going to pour our chocolate mixture into our 9 by 9 baking dish. Oops, I have a little bit of a chunk right there that I didn't get. That's okay. As you can see, it pretty much fills the container, or fills the baking dish rather. Feel free to lick the bowl. You're gonna wanna lick the spoon, the spatula, whatever. It is an absolutely delicious mixture. You will thank me later. All right, so from here, we just need to grab our chocolate chips and our 2 tablespoon measuring spoon. Okay, so from here, we've got everything in our pan. We want to get our chocolate chips, and so we want 2 tablespoons of chocolate chips. There we go. Don't be overzealous. I know it's tempting to be, but trust me, don't be overzealous with it. And then all you're gonna do is you're just gonna drop the chocolate chips on the top of this. You can put it in whatever pattern you obviously want to. Don't make any one spot too chocolate chippy. And I think I did, while we're doing this, I think I did forget to mention at the beginning that you need to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. So if you haven't done that, run to your oven right quick and preheat it to 350 degrees, because this needs to go in right away. So hopefully you're watching before you make this recipe and you realize that Cheryl did not tell you to put it at 350 degrees at the beginning. So some of these chocolate chips will sink, and that's totally okay. This is one of my favorite desserts currently. It's very, very good. So we have the chocolate from the protein powder, we have the chocolate cocoa powder, and now we have the chocolate from the chocolate chips. So it is a triple chocolate brownie. And that's all there is to it. It seems like a lot. It seems a little daunting whenever you have to fold those ingredients in, but you'll get the hang of it. It's very, very, very easy. Just be gentle with it. Don't beat it around. Don't try to take a shortcut and use a whisk or anything like that, because then you're going to be tearing up the whole meringue base of this, which we don't want that to happen. So you're going to take this pan of brownie and you put it in your 350 degree oven for about 30 minutes. It's gonna rise, don't worry. It's not gonna fall out of your pan, I promise, but it is gonna get pretty large in the oven. It will collapse whenever it cools a little bit, so no worry on that regard. So let's put it in the oven. I'll see you in 30 minutes. All right, so our brownies are done. Our brownie is done. And this is what mine looks like today. It's actually probably the prettiest brownie I have ever made. It's never always been this beautiful, perfect dome, but it is beautiful and perfect today. So it is going to collapse a little bit. The structure of the egg base that we use, it's going to collapse a little bit, which is fine. Alternatively, rather than taking this out right away from the oven, you can turn your oven off and just open the door and let it cool off inside the oven. Or if you're like me and you're impatient, you can just pull it out of the oven and go from there. But this is what it looks like fresh out of the oven. And as always, as I say, that's it. So this brownie was a little bit more work than the other recipes that I have shown you, but it is well worth the effort. You can wait till the brownie cools off a little bit, slice it, eat it. You can eat the whole thing, y'all. Like, hold on one second. What were those macros again? I don't even remember. It's crazy how good the macros are on this thing. It is 512 calories for the whole brownie and 69 grams of protein. That's incredible. So if you're like a brownie person like me, or you really like those big portions, or you just really love a fucking brownie, you can eat this whole thing. Eat the whole thing. Eat the whole thing. Your chocolate self will thank you. The chocolate lover in you will thank you. But share it or don't, because I generally don't. Something else that I actually started doing too that you may want to consider is I'll take a half a cup of this yogurt and put it on top of my brownie, like icing almost. Just the regular old vanilla, I add it, and that is also amazing. Keep in mind the macros that I gave you, the 512 calories and the 69 grams of protein, that's just for the brownie itself. You would have to add the macros for the yogurt as well if you wanted to add that, but you will not be disappointed. If you're using the Oikos Pro yogurt like I do, try it. You will thank me so much. But enjoy. I hope that you like it. If you have any questions or comments, please reach out. Like, subscribe if there's any other recipes that you would like for me to make. If I can bring down the calories and up the protein for you, then I'm more than happy to give it a go. I love coming into the kitchen and experimenting with food. I think my food science teacher in high school, who I hated science, but of course I love food. So when it came to food, that was it caught my attention. So also the next recipe that we're going to be making is a creamy, a chicken and creamy mushroom sauce. I didn't find the recipe, but I kind of pulled it together out of ingredients out of my refrigerator I just needed to use. And it's amazing. So stick around for that. But again, like, subscribe, put a comment down below if you have any questions or comments. Crystal, call me. I know you're gonna. It's easy. Don't forget to fold.